Hey guys, today is the February 20th, 2017. I'm in my beautiful garden here in Prati. It's full of trash. Hi, hey, could you- this is the cleaning lady, and for her cleaning is when she's throwing trash from here there. Hey darling, listen, uh, lupus in fabula. Why I went MGTOW? Hi, see diapers? Hey, could you please do like this and then put garbage like that, and then you go with that pie. Huh? Yeah? I'm a little like you.
Yeah.
That's it. See? Same this one. Good girl. Yeah. So, so why and how I went MGTOW in my life. Not that I don't know how to deal with women, as you probably seen now. Of course I do. That's exactly why I went MGTOW. So, the main reason why I suggest everybody, um, well, this is now sensitive, but I'll speak for myself. You see, man's heart is the organ which is connecting man to the God. What you call God, I call truth, love. And when this organ is working fine, when it's healthy, then I can really connect, meditate, and feed through it. Meditation is only deep if in meditation you can really open your heart and connect with the source. Okay, this is meaning of like breathing in the meditation, because then you can get really the healing, the guidance, the energy, and you feel incredibly stable and self-secure after that. And you probably had the same feeling after you got from somebody huge influx of love, let's say at the beginning of falling in love in somebody. You have this feeling of security and so on. So the main reason why I'm like keeping that way is simply I don't want to lose that connection by taking quote unquote this gadget and handing over this gadget cold hard to, let's say, for example, as white people do, they fall in love with hookers, and then they give a heart to a whore. Or not only, let's say you are like, okay, wherever you are, you give a heart to a nice girl. Well, that nice girl, this is now second part of the topic, is not really controlling her mind. Well, two things I have to say about humans, and I was meditating on that this morning, and I got like really clear vision. Two things about humans. First thing, our biological bodies are programmed. They are something done by our controllers to tick the way we tick. So they are far from perfection. We have reptilian brain. This is causing fight or flight mechanisms and so on, and that's just part of the story. Then we have the metaphysical structure in ourself. I was already talking extensively about Luke's implant, the Lucifer part in every person, and other demonic implants you people get even in a womb if you're sold, and then other programming. So, that being said, this is why it's very dangerous to hand over your heart to a child, because that child will play with that heart, smash it on a wall, try to monetize and trying to conquer it, and enter into trading agreement with you, and of course always try to maximize its benefits. So this is second reason. And when I went to MGTOW, well, I officially went MGTOW on the April 24th, 2008, when I've done this formula. A for a woman's beauty, because man is only looking for a beauty in a woman. We all know that. B factor is a man's beauty, and a C factor is the man's wealth. And then when you check out all that, then you get X factor, and that X factor is giving you the compatibility. If it is 25% or more off, then of course a relationship is not stable, because somebody else can shop somewhere else and get a better deal. And this is this was like back then when I was 33, Then I draw a line and I told myself, listen, I can't play this game. I understand this game. This game is just mechanical, and there is really nothing deeper to it. But if I go back before in the past, I can recall many moments before when there was a mutual sympathy between me and a girl. I remember now Christy from Hamburg, for example, or Anna from Belgrade, and all these girls they've been like clearly showing sympathy for me. I could clearly see that, and people around. The reason why I didn't bother is before that it was not verbalized in me, but I understood that that relationship is not really going anywhere on a long run. I could just kind of intuitively feel it, and that's basically it. I find MGTOW as a means of protection, as a means of mental emotional hygiene. As I explained before, I am a monastic type in my essence. I like to be alone. I don't like to be with a woman. I mean, as any heterosexual man, of course, that I found them extremely beautiful, and I fantasize about women and so on. And this is the part I really want to add now. Uh, when you start falling in love with a girl, especially if it is mutual, it is very important that you immediately consciously kill that idea in your mind. You know, and I'm really not sure how that works with the women, but with the men it's like that. You fantasize about being with her, hugging her, taking care of her, making love to her and everything, you know, those fantasies. And when you start pushing into that way, you must really kind of put a boot on the whole story. Second thing is masturbation is very helpful. Masturbate on her. You won't be needing more than 10 times to do it, and then you're just gonna jerk off all the sympathy you have and continue with a standard therapy called internet pornography. So this is another thing. Feeling of love, let attraction, that can be manipulated, and if you like clearly ignoring her, if it is mutual, she's gonna get the idea. Now, am I attractive at this moment to women? Well, definitely more than in Croatia. Absolutely far more than in Croatia. For example, not that long time ago, I met this a local girl here. She has a shop, and first she told me that she likes me. After that, she offered cooking my favorite meal, home cooking. So I guess that's pretty much straightforward. And then on the internet, it happened a couple of occasions that women started to show affection. And what else? Yeah, also in Thailand, for example, I had to file for sexual harassment. Well, it was a verbal report. It escalated to the degree that a teacher in that school in Sarasat, Pracha Uthit Kaosip Samut Prakarn, to be very precise, part of Bangkok. She went to the degree that she started to pass on the messages that we don't have to have a relationship, that we can only fuck, and that was delivered by the Spanish teacher Mercedes. So, and then, you know, this is just another thing I really have to say. The difference between male advances and female advances. You see, a woman can pass on the message through other women that it can only be fuck, it doesn't have to be a relationship. And other women will kind of really push that, and they've been condemning me why I don't want to be with her. Even to the degree that I really felt, you know, first it was kind of funny, but then after that it came to the point that I needed to go to my manager and simply report sexual harassment, because I really felt fucking incredibly uncomfortable. I didn't want to even to touch her. She was like my age, Thai chick, repulsive, emotionally speaking. Not that ugly, but just repulsive to me. So yeah, I did have these episodes here, and I did not advance. The advance has been on me, because in Croatia I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson in Croatia regarding the women, and it's just well, you really have to be a man in Croatia to experience this disgusted looks on the street when they look at you, and the comments, oh my god, look at this guy, or look at his ass, oh, he's so fucking ugly, and so on and so on and so on. So, you know, this kind of Eastern European female mentality really plus another element of incredibly money-seeking urge and materialism really initially kind of repulsed me. You know, when you're a teenager, you're all kind of kids. It's easy to have a girlfriend. I had many of them in high school, and one very long relationship, 3 years and so on. But back then, and it was like a really great experience. But then they turn very calculative, and this is another thing which kind of shocked me when I managed to understand a little bit better female mind. But note that uh, most of the women are organic portals. They're just machines, same as humans, same as males. So we are always talking a little bit about that mentality as well. But when I figure it out, how calculative they are, how mechanical, how economical they are in their decisions. And one thing I also figured it out as a kid. When I was 20, I broke up with my girl from high school, Anna. We broke out on her first day of medical university, and it was also beginning of my economics slash hotel management university as well. And two things I could like tell about that. She told me, I cried about you once, and then after that I felt better and I was okay. Me, on the other hand, well, you might laugh again, but it took me a year to get over the pain I felt towards her. And this is the reason, this is the difference many other people have been pointing out on YouTube when analyzing. Back then I thought it's only my thing, that we need far more time. So when man plays with the heart, he plays for a year or more. And I'm just gonna finish with this. In 2006, I felt deeply in love in one girl. It was so not mutual. Her name was Dolores, meaning on a Spanish pain. And dolore in Italiano is pain. And it took me 1 year to the summer 2007 simply to exit the most depressive phase. However, only in a monastery in 2012 I managed to really cure myself from feelings I had for her. It's simply how it is for me, guys. So, in my life, I could clearly choose, could I give my love and devotion to God, or what I call the truth, or could I give it to a woman? And I want to say now, it's not that I kind of chose MGTOW. It's somehow MGTOW chose me, and it was also the easiest way for me to get out of this matrix and to find the inner freedom. You cannot have the inner freedom if your heart is broken. You cannot have inner freedom if your space is taken. I mean, not only your mental, emotional space, but your physical space is taken. So, from practical reason, I will always respect family life, from basic financial security, infrastructural security, the group protection, and taking care of you when you're sick, and all these practical things. I will always deeply respect family life, because it has, from material point of view and emotional as well, it has many big benefits. However, when we come to the spiritual, philosophical realm, I can only notice that married man simply reasons as a stupid man. And because married man doesn't have resources for developing himself spiritually, mentally. He is a little chuck who's running to the job on job. He needs to swallow lots of shit simply to keep that job. His boss and the reptilian hierarchy knows that he must do it because he has family. Then he's running to family to get shit from the wife. But on the other hand, when he's sick, she's there, and when he gets old, kids probably gonna be there to take care of him. However, life just passed in front of his eyes, and he didn't even notice it. This is another story as reason, why it's pathetic to have this kind of life. And well, I think it's up to every man to choose what he wanna do with his life. I chose my path, and I'm just gonna finish. MGTOW is a part of mental and spiritual hygiene. Thank you. It's just another term for a monastic celibacy, but this time is en masse because we progressed. And it's also, of course, for many men, right now is the answer to the feminism, is the answer to the Islamism, is the answer to the pedo and gay agenda. We who are going MGTOW, we are not gays, we are not pedos. We are simply repulsed by the sick society and the new rules which are totally out of the brain, and aggressive feminism third, and of course fourth level, which is calling for a killing of all males and so on. So, there is far more to it, and I just gonna add, I'm not stupid. I know that the MGTOW is essentially part of the white genocide, because who's going MGTOW? White males. Why? Because white females are feminists, right? So, yeah, I'm also aware of that, and it's a sad thing, but I want to say there is nothing. Women, they are not bad like as biological bodies. There are lots of good material in that system. Problem is the programming. They received that kind of reptilian programming, which was going on for many generations, and I think 2 or 3 generations so far, and now they reached the point where, well, you got the idea.